What it do, y'all? It's your girl Makeup and Travel, and for today's video I am bringing you guys an exciting video. I'm actually super excited. I just came back home and I have some packages, and there are some things that I have been lusting after and it just took forever to get to me, so I am a stupid amount of excited with these packages. So I'm just gonna do pretty much a full face of new makeup. Not all of it's new. Pretty much my base products are going to be the same, so I might just speed through those really quickly. But the fun part is going to be the eyeshadows. I have what, 4 new eyeshadow palettes right now. I have a couple new bronzers, stuff like that. So if you're interested in seeing how I do a new face, probably the face that you saw on my thumbnail, then let's get to it. So I'm just going to use my old brow setting gel. This is from Essence. It's the Lash and Brow. It's super cheap and it's lasted me a really long time. I think I've had this now for easily like 6 months and I'm nowhere near finishing it, so I would highly recommend that. Then I'm just going to go into my Angel Veil primer from NYX. This is a really good primer for helping my base products to last longer. And it is pretty early in the day. I don't really have any other errands I need to do, but you never know. All right. Next I'm just gonna go on my foundation. I've been using my darker Fenty foundation, which is in 470. It is too dark for me, that I know without a doubt, but I've been mixing it in. Okay, all right. I've been mixing it in with other foundations that I know are like my, I've been mixing it in with other foundations that I know are more of my like winter spring shade, because this is definitely like my darkest summer shade that I've ever been. Okay, I just need to wet my sponge really quickly and then we can kind of make a concoction. Alrighty, sponge has been wet. Need to get a towel. Build foundation per usual. Okay, now what I'm gonna do is take 1 pump of my darker foundation, which is the Fenty 470. Like I said, it's a little too dark for me still, and then I'm gonna go in with my NYX Total Control drops. This one is in Mocha. I'm just gonna mix it up, and then I think I'm gonna do 2 drops of this, maybe 3 or 4, and we're gonna mix those together and see how that goes. That looks like a good combination right there. Yeah, that's a good combination. Doesn't look to be giving me a whole lot of coverage, but my skin has definitely bounced back from all of the reactions that it's been having lately, so I don't truly need all that much coverage. So that's good for my foundation. For my concealer, I did want to give you guys an update. I broke out again when I started using my Too Faced Born This Way concealer, so I'm just going to throw this away. I don't think I have any friends that this would actually work on, and I pretty much have used a lot of it. I can actually see the edges, so I'm just going to throw this away. I really did enjoy that concealer, but I don't think my skin enjoys it. So now I'm going to use, this is too dark. This was the next concealer that I bought, and this was my Kylie Concealer. Yes, I bought a Kylie Concealer, and I bought this in Almond. I think this is going to be a good shade for right now. Yeah, this is a good shade. So let's hope I don't break out from this. And this is the first time I've used this, so the shade looks nice. The formula feels nice too. It honestly reminds me of that Born This Way. It feels like nice and cooling slash hydrating, I guess, as soon as I put it on my skin. But let's see how it blends out. It is very like orangey, which doesn't necessarily work with my undertone, but I should have known that almonds are typically, that undertone or that shade name is more warm. But I think on the site it said that this was like more of a neutral. I don't know. I mean, it's going into my skin pretty well. Doesn't seem to be being too much of an eyesore. And coverage wise, it looks fine to me. Maybe just the color is a little off, but it doesn't look too bad once it kind of went in with my foundation. Powder products. What am I gonna use to set my under eyes? To set my under eyes, I am gonna go into my Lorac Pro 2, and I'm gonna use light brown, which yes, it's an eyeshadow, but I am going to use it to set all of my concealed areas. I've been doing this for a little while now, just trying to get through these Project Pan palettes. Okay, so that is good. Now it's time to set the rest of my base, and I'm gonna go into my Shade and Light, and I'm just gonna use both of the powder products that I have left, just in a combination, just to set everything. And there you go. That is my base. I don't like my base to be super highlighted or anything like that, so this is really nice. I'm just gonna go ahead and spray a little bit of rose water. I feel like that helps to just keep my skin a little bit hydrated. I know I have combination skin, but I still like to keep my skin hydrated. Now let's go in for my brows. I'm gonna go back into my Lorac Pro 2, and I'm gonna use that to fill in my brows. As you guys know, I've been doing that for the past umpteen months now. And I'm gonna use my Kat Von D brow brush. This is the number 75, and what I like to do is go into black. So I go into the black shade and I fill in the ends of my brows first. And excuse me if my brows are super bold today. I'm super far away from my mirror, so it is what it is. And if you didn't know, I wear glasses, so I'm super blind right now. Not super blind, but I'm blind. Okay. From this distance, it looks nice. Then I'm just gonna wipe off my brush, and then I'm gonna go into charcoal, which is the gray. And I use that just to fill in the front. And it helps to just do more of a natural ombre without me having to put in too much work. And there you go. That's how I fill in my brows with my Lorac Pro 2. So that is done. I've set my base. Good to go. Let's do the rest of my base. So a product that I've had, where is it? Okay, so a new bronzer that I got, I haven't even hauled it yet, but I'm too excited, is this baby. I got the Cover FX bronzer. I got the darkest one, of course, which is in Suntan Bronze. This is what it looks like. I don't know how to feel, y'all. We're just gonna take it in stride. I'm gonna get a bronzer brush. I'm gonna use my Royal and Langnickel Omnia brush BOM 31, and I'm just gonna go into the matte shade. This is a natural hair brush, so it is gonna pick up product a little bit more than any other brush would. Oh, it's not showing up, y'all. I'm sad. Yeah, it's not showing up at all. If it was just slightly deeper and maybe even slightly oranger or warmer, it would work on me, but it is not doing it. It might be because I've gotten darker. I am in my summer shade currently, so that could be another dilemma, if you will. I'm just gonna go into like the shining side, the more radiant side, and see if that's gonna show up on me. Is there a film on this? Can I take that off? Yes, I can. Then I'll have a mirror. Yeah, this is not going to show up on me. Okay. All right. Well, I'm still keeping it. I don't care. I'm going to hope and pray that it shows up on me in the winter springtime. But I do have another bronzer, so let's just go ahead and try this one. This is the Balm Take Me Home, the bronzer, okay? There's too many names. This is called Greg, okay? This is their darker bronzer as well. So I'm just going to use same brush. And this brush is not, there's not nearly as much kickback with this product. And I think I'm going to have the same dilemma. I think this is still going to be too light for me right now. It might work for me in the winter though. So once again, I will keep it and we'll see how it works for me in the winter. So 2 bronzers, 0 for 2. It's okay. It's okay. We got some more really nice. Oh, I also have a Kylie bronzer. Am I gonna try 3 bronzers in one video? Yes, yes I am. So here's the Kylie bronzer, and this is her darker bronzer in Tawny Mommy. So let's see. There's plastic on this mirror too. God forbid. I don't know if it's because I put on so much bronzer or if this bronzer is just slightly deeper, but it looks like I can see this one. So I don't know, we'll see. But it looks like this might be the darkest of the 3 bronzers that I've put on my face today. Okay. As for blush, I also have a new blush, and this blush will actually work. So I'm happy I have this. This is the Too Faced Tutti Frutti Blush Duo in Apricot in the Act. This is like a neutrally blush, and I got this because this is a neutral blush. I do have one other neutral blush. It's the one from ColourPop in, I can't remember. It's the only blush that I have had pan on, but this one also has a little bit of radiance to it, and you guys know I love radiant blushes, so I thought bringing this into my collection would be beneficial. So I'm just gonna go back and forth between both shades and then just apply. Okay, so I'm not getting the neutral of it. I'm getting a lot more gold, but it might just be how I applied it. I'm gonna work on it and see what I get from that. Highlighting wise, I did not get a new highlighter, so let me just go. Oh, I do have a new highlighter. Do I want to use it? Completely forgot about this highlighter. And this is actually a highlighting palette. No, I'm gonna use my Project Pan highlighters because I still am am not seeing the amount of wear that I would like to see in them for the length of time that I've been working on them. So I'm gonna use both of my Project Pan highlighters. They're both the Bobbi Brown Holiday Collection highlighters from what, 2 years ago now, I think. Maybe just last year, I can't remember, who knows. And we're just gonna put them in the highlighty areas. All right, so my whole base is, there goes that highlighter. All right, well, the highlighter completely came out, but it came out as a complete package, so that's good. And now I get to see how much more work I have in this, and that's not promising. Anyways, so both of these highlighters I have used. Now what I'm gonna do is spray my face one more time. All right, and let us decide what eyeshadow palette I am going to use. Like I said, I have 4. So I have, let me take them out the packaging so you guys can see them with me. So I have the Menagerie Cosmetics Whale Song palette. I quite literally just got all of these today. So super, super excited to have this. I told myself I was gonna get this, and I'm so happy I did, although it's super small. But anyways, this is the ColourPop Blue Moon palette. I also got another ColourPop palette. I got the ColourPop Oh Honey palette. And then the last palette I have to choose from is the Nomad Cosmetics Harajuku palette. So all of these are very, very different, and I'm excited about every last one of them. I don't know which one I'm going to choose, but what I'm going to do is zoom in, and by that time I will have already chosen which palette I want to use, and we will go from there. Alrighty, for this look, I think I'm gonna go with the ColourPop Honey palette. I was super excited for this. I said if ColourPop ever came out with an all yellow palette, I was gonna jump on it and buy it. I did. I bought it literally the day it released. So I'm obscenely happy right now. Just looking at the palette, you have 5 mattes, what looks to be maybe 3 metallics, and then 1 glitter in the middle. So I don't really know what I'm going to do, but I do know that I need to prime. So I'm going to prime with my Urban Decay primer potion. This one is in Eden, and I'm just going to prime pretty good. Okay, I think that my primer is blended as well as it's finna get. What I want to do, I am just gonna, no, I'm not gonna go into a transition color because I want these to be as true to color as possible. So what I'm gonna do is go into, how am I gonna play this? I'm gonna go from the bottom to the top. That's how I'm gonna play it today. So I'm gonna hit Buzzkill, which is the darkest color in this palette. It's like a brown with like a yellow undertone, if you will. And I'm gonna put that on my outer V. And on my complexion, it's coming up to be like a mustardy color, which I am not mad about at all. So I'm just gonna put that right down on that. And I think this is a Wayne Goss brush in case you were interested. Alrighty, so that is already set. Okay, we're gonna keep going. Then I'm going to pick up a fluffy brush. This looks like a Hakuhodo. Yep, it is a Hakuhodo J5533. And I'm gonna go into Oh Behave, which please tell me you guys thought of Austin Powers when you heard that. So I'm gonna go into this shade right here and just blend out the edge of that first shade that I put it down. And then last, what I'm gonna do is take a really fluffy Royal Nickel brush, and I'm going to go into Sweet Spot, which is the brightest yellow in this palette right there. Come on camera, there we go, right there. And I'm gonna put that in my transition area. Okay, and then for my lid, I think I'm not going to do the glitter today. I think I'm just going to go into Sunburst, which is, no, I'm not going to do Sunburst. I'm going to go into Queen Bee, which is the darkest shimmer in this palette. So I'm going to go into that one right there. And that's going to be my main lid color. Okay, I'm just gonna wipe off this brush that I just used. This is a Eddie Funkhauser brush, and now I'm gonna go into the lightest shade, which is Sunburst, and I'm gonna just take this shade and just put that in my tear duct area, and that'll just lighten up that area really nicely. And that's a duochrome. Oh, that's fantastic. Okay, now for my lower lash line, I am going to use my Linda Hallberg Flash Crayon in Happy Mood. So I put that not only in my waterline, but right under. And I am going to press on the darkest shade in this palette, which is Buzzkill. I'm gonna press that on right under. And then I am going to use that same Hakuhodo J5533. Yep. I'm going to use that, and I'm going to use a combination of the two crease colors that I used, Oh Behave and Sweet Spot. I'm just going to go back and forth, and I'm just going to blend this out and connect it to the top. Okay, so this was a pretty quick eye look. I don't think that Oh Behave, or not Oh Behave, Buzzkill, which is the darker shade that I put on the outside, I don't think that's dark enough for my complexion, which is slightly disappointing. Am I gonna try and deepen it up? I am. I am gonna go into my ABH palette, and I'm gonna use that same Wayne Goss brush. I'm just gonna use a very little amount of Cypress Umber just to deepen out that outer V, because there's no real complexity in this look because that dark color is not really dark enough for my complexion. So we're just gonna keep deepening her up. And see, I feel like that's a lot better. It may not show up on camera a lot better, but in person, to me, that feels a lot better. And while I'm at it, I'm gonna actually just take more Cypress Umber and go along my lower lash line as well. And like I said, this is just to create more dimension in this look, because otherwise it just truly was a one note look on my complexion. Okay, I feel so much better about this look now, and I don't mind bringing in one color to make it look the way it does. I am gonna hop off camera. I did get, what did I get? Apparently I got a yellow mascara from ColourPop, but I'm not going to use it. I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to use black on my top, and I'm going to use brown on my bottom. I know that might be weird, but is that weird? Who cares? So that's what I'm going to do. I'm not going to put on liner. I don't want to do that today. And then I will come back with a decision on what I'm going to put on my lips. So give me 1 second. Alrighty guys, so I just was able to do that pretty quickly. I'm liking my lashes today. I used a combination of my Monsieur Big on the top, and then my e.l.f. and J. Kissa mascara on my bottom lashes. For my lips, I'm just going to use my Project Pan liquid lipstick, which is my ABH Bittersweet, and I'm just going to put that on. And that's it. This is the look. Very simple look. I tried a good amount of products today. I don't think I was very impressed by any of them really, but let us run through them really quickly. So for the Cover FX bronzer, I think I'm gonna have to give this another shot, maybe with a different brush, but most likely during the winter spring season, because right now with my summer complexion, I think it's just a little too light for me. Same with the Take Home the Bronze bronzer. This one, like I said, is in Greg. I think this is just another bronzer where I'm just gonna have to try it in a different season. The Kylie bronzer, this seemed to be the most promising. This one once again is in Tawny Mommy. This seemed to be the most promising. I don't know if it was because of how many layers of other bronzer I put on, or if this bronzer is just darker than the other two. Either way, I will be giving this another shot during this season to see if it's actually going to work on my complexion. The blush that I use, the Too Faced Cocktail Blush in Apricot in the Act. I want to try this again. I feel like I took a little bit too much of the like shimmery side and not enough of the actual color side, because all I can see on my complexion right now is just the shimmer. I don't see any of the peachy neutral tone, so that would be the only thing I would want to change. But either way, it does work with the eye look, so I'm not too in a puff about it. As for the eye look, first impression wise, I'm so excited for this palette, and I don't know if I'm nearly as excited to try this palette anymore, just because, so like, let's talk about it. The Sweet Spot and the Oh Behave shade, they both kind of went together on my complexion. You can't really see the difference between the two shades at all in my crease. The Buzzkill, that wasn't deep enough on my outer V to really give any depth at all. Now I will say Queen Bee is a beautiful shade. Like, that is outstanding. Same with Sunburst. So overall, I would say just from this one try, I would say the metallics are outstanding. I mean, this is the only metallic I haven't tried, and I doubt it's going to be a dud. The mattes are okay. They're not as pigmented as I remember ColourPop mattes to be, and just the lack of real like diversity in the shades. Like, I get it, this is a yellow palette, so how much diversity can you really get? But the fact that two shades muddied up together, the third matte that I used didn't really show up on my complexion, doesn't give me much hope for the rest of this palette. I will be testing it out more to see whether I truly enjoy it, whether I truly don't like it, etc, etc. We will see. I will be coming back probably with a palette roundup with all of these palettes that I have waiting, so stay tuned for that. That being said, please let me know which of the other 3 palettes you guys want to see next. I will be doing a 3 looks 1 palette with one of these, and let me know if you guys have an opinion on which one I would do. So once again, this is the Whale Song palette from Menagerie Cosmetics. This is the Blue Moon palette from ColourPop, and this is the Nomad Harajuku palette. So please let me know if you guys have an opinion on what palette you want to see next. Like I said, I will be doing a 3 looks 1 palette with at least one of these palettes, if not 2 or 3. I'm leaning towards doing 3 looks 1 palettes with the Nomad and the Whale Song, but I do want to have you guys' opinion too. But yeah, that's all I have for you guys today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and as always, y'all, it has been real. Peace.